Hey guys, it's Maria Park, and this is Approach the Nerd. So, I have a new webcam, which I don't think looks too bad. This is my first time trying it, periods. And of course, I'm doing it on a live stream because, I live dangerously. But I wanted to give my fancier DSLR, my Canon 80D, a break because I felt like maybe the streams were like freezing, or maybe the reason our last stream cut out completely was because my sensor on my DSLR was unhappy because I've been running it through my Elgato card for over a year, and the streams are sometimes 2 hours long, and for a DSLR that's supposed to only shoot continuously up to 10 to 15 minutes, it's a problem. So forcing it through an AC adapter probably wasn't the best choice, but I mean, I love the quality and I know a lot of people do it. So I'm going to use my Canon 80D, nice DSLR camera to do my regular videos. And I'm going to use this. I got this Logitech. It's a little cute, old school, C920. It's 1080p, but the reason I got this is because I'm basically streaming this through OBS, through virtual camera, and StreamYard only does 720p output. So I didn't need to get like a 4K camera, and I don't know. I don't think it looks too bad. So you guys let me know if there are any issues, any audio issues or anything during this stream. All right, so we got Stephanie Brown in this episode. They brought us spoiler. Now, she isn't spoiler yet, but it does give me hope that maybe Luke will be Nightwing. I don't know. Of course, spoiler was with Tim Drake until he died, so that's a whole other conversation. But we got Stephanie Brown. We got Clue Master. I was completely on board what was happening in this episode, even down to how Ryan was acting, even though, she was acting a little in her feelings again when it comes to Crofy, which is what she calls Sophie. She calls Sophie Crofy, which is freaking hilarious. I absolutely was into this episode. All right. So we got Clue Master, who, as far as he understands, he was defeated by Sophie 5 years prior when she was a rookie, because she was answering the hotline for tips on, I guess, Clue Master, and Stephanie called in and solved her own father's, clues, and they were able to arrest him. And Sophie got all the credit because Stephanie didn't want to be basically found out. She wanted to be anonymous, an anonymous tipper. So with that being the case, Sophie got promoted to field agent based on this, basically this tip. So technically, if you really think about it, spoiler got Sophie promoted, which I thought was interesting. Something that Ryan would throw back in her face later on in this episode, because I'm telling you, Ryan and Sophie, they're trying to make them a couple. It's the sexual tension. It's the enemies to frenemies to friends to lovers thing that drives me nuts. I'm going to be so upset, guys. That's the one thing I will be upset about if they make them a couple, because again, I don't want Sophie to be a bat chaser. Even in the drinking game in this episode, she said, who here has been saved by Batwoman? Who has been kissed before by Batwoman? And of course, Sophie was the only one that took a shot. But they should have asked the question, how many people have kissed every Batwoman so far? Soon, she'll be kissing Ryan, and she'll be able to chug a shot to that too, because she got Kate, she got Julia when she pretended to be, Batwoman. She didn't kiss her as Batwoman, but she kissed Julia. And then she's going to kiss Ryan. No, don't do this to Sophie. Don't be the bat chaser. Don't be the bat chaser. I mean, just don't do it. Okay. So the Clue Master's clues were pretty cool. I do think that is very interesting that the Clue Master had so much faith in Sophie's ability. I mean, he had to, that he poisoned his own daughter, put her in a box, and let them figure out how to save her and get her out of the damn box. I mean, you have to be a level of cray, which of course Clue Master is. But I liked all the banter between Mary, Sophie. Well, Mary was the mediator between the whole situation with Ryan and Sophie. It's just like literally what was very interesting to me was when Ryan came home and Sophie and Mary are drinking expensive tequila that apparently her boys gave her because it was her 5-year anniversary. Well, it turned out to be Clue Master, which I thought was really interesting because that means your boys don't give a flying F about you because they didn't send it to you. They didn't say anything to you. They didn't care. But so they're drinking this and, Ryan looks annoyed as hell when she comes in. She's like, why you let her in? And Mary does what typical minority women do of every shade. I didn't realize I had to scream my guess through you. And Ryan dropped the tube with Mary. Like, you go back and watch the scene. It was like, why is Kofi here? And she's like, I didn't realize I had to scream my guess with you. And she's like, no, you don't. And later in the episode, after Mary sets her straight, when they're literally standing on an effing bomb in the talk show studio, she's like, you're not thinking clearly. You're letting your hatred of the crows and not trusting the one person that basically can save our ass and have me standing here on a whole ass bomb, because you in your feelings. And Ryan was like, yeah, you're right. Ryan needed this moment, guys. Ryan needed this moment because I've been saying this for the past few episodes that when Ryan gets in her feelings, she goes nuts. Like what she did leaving Alice to basically be butchered. She left her to be butchered they didn't even know who this was. We know it's Kate who thinks she's Cersei. But she had no idea what she was going to do to Alice. She was like, no problem, bitch. And then left and had no conscience about it whatsoever. So, yeah. I really enjoy Mary putting her in pocket because that's exactly what she needed to hear. I like Ryan, but Ryan gets in her feelings. I'm telling you. And I'm like, I can't handle it. But I will say there was a lot of moments when I thought they were just going to start making out, like sexual tension galore. Like even when they were sitting at the bar after they figured out all the clues and, like the aftermath. And then Sophie comes clean about knowing she's Batwoman and her, having to trust her. And then they're sitting there drinking. And Sophie's like, I hope that you can trust me, and she's like, well, can you keep this from the crows? And she's like, yeah, I already did. I mean, I basically deleted this file on you that would link them back to Ryan Wilder as Batwoman. And then she walked away and then Ryan did this little smile. And I'm like, no, do you... Oh my Lord, guys. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I'm telling you now, you heard this, episode 13. I might have said this before. We do not need a bat chaser. So Sophie needs to be more than a bat chaser. I'm just saying. All right. Alice did something so disgusting that like I was in my feelings. So Black Mask was torturing her and he stuck this little nail thingy in her finger. And to get away, she literally let her nail pop off. And I was like, ah! I don't do well with Saw movies or Hostile, is it Hostile movies where they like take your, they take your kidneys out while you're like alive. I can't handle that stuff. I don't know why. I love horror movies, but I don't like torture movies. So like when you have to inflict pain on yourself or somebody rips your nails and stuff, I literally shut down. I wasn't ready. Guys, I was not ready to see that. So I couldn't get that out of my head. And so this tells me how badass Alice is. But so Black Mask was going to kill her because she wouldn't give up Ryan's name. Now, I thought it was interesting that she didn't give up Ryan's name, but Alice is methodical. Even if her life is in danger, she has to have that trump card. And I really like the fact that she didn't give Ryan up. She could have ended Ryan right there, and she didn't, because on some level, I think she feels guilty for her mother being killed. But on another level, I think she wants to punish her herself. And so it's, the best revenge for Alice is for Alice to do the revenge. And so even though she was going to be tortured, she was like, I'm not giving you that name. But instead, I'll make your daughter a face. Now, this is my question about Black Mask. Black Mask is supposed to be diabolical, very intelligent. He's brainwashing, basically Kate to believing that she's his daughter. But yet he has all of these pictures around the house of his daughter having brown eyes. Did none of them think when they were brainwashing Kate to put contacts in her eyes, and make her eyes a different damn color? Guys. Like, I had to call. I was going to nitpick something. I mean, generally, though, I really did like this episode. I love Stephanie's interaction with Luke. I love that they were literally I don't know what Ryan called it, but it was kind of like nerd sexual tension flirting is what, Ryan was picking up on. And they were literally 5 seconds from ripping each other's clothes off. They were that turned on. She went to MIT. Luke got into MIT. They both think alike, logically on the same level. I mean, heck, if she was Batwoman, I think he'd be into that, even though we know she's spoiler in the DC universe. Though I think Batwoman trained her. Yeah, she was trained by Batwoman in the comics at one point. Or Batgirl. She was trained by Batgirl. But I literally could see her and him, like him being Nightwing and her being Spoiler, teaming up. And that just, I don't know. It actually made sense to me in my head. So I was very, very happy with the actress that plays Stephanie Brown. And she sounds there's some actresses that come in and you can tell that when they're reading a script, they're reading it. They're reading the dialogue. Yeah, they can kind of make it sound a little intelligent, but it's not there. But she actually looks like she is committed into what she's saying, even though it's completely over most of their heads in the show. So that's why I like her. And I actually liked her with Luke. And that's why I thought Luke and Mary would never be an item, because Luke and Mary are kind of like brother and sister to me at this point. I know that sounds weird, but it's just a thing. I would rather Ryan get with Mary than get with Sophie, because we don't know Mary's sexual orientation. Because let's be fair, we know she's dated guys before, but we don't know if she's dated girls because we've never gotten into her life like that. They've never really made her life a focus outside of the clinic and her having money. So we have no idea who Mary could potentially be with. I do love the fact that Ryan accidentally sexted Mary instead of the girl. I want to say the girl they were talking about was the girl that works at the community center that wanted her to teach karate or martial arts. So I think that's who she's flirting with or talking to, which is interesting because her and Angelique just broke up. So Ryan moved on fast. But I'm just putting it out there. But I would rather Ryan get with Mary than get with Sophie, because I can't, again, I'm tired of that. Just because they're the two lesbians of the show does not mean they have to be put together as a couple. Not every lesbian or queer person is attracted to each other. I don't understand it. It is not a thing. They just need to stop. So yeah, I have opinions on this, and I can't do a bat chaser. I just can't, because I will literally always think of Sophie as a bat chaser if they do this one more time. They have her one more time going after somebody who's been in that damn bat suit. That is literally what I'm going to say. I also love the fact that when Ryan was talking to Mary about Sophie, she literally said, when I walked in today and saw this girl talk, and then she said, and she's like, if you need to talk to somebody, Mary, talk to me. So she's already jealous about the whole BFF thing. And I mean, you can see it. She's upset that Mary chose to go to Sophie and not talk to her, even though she's known Sophie longer than Ryan. So, I mean, it's a thing. But yeah, I will say I like the fact that they finally let Sophie know where the damn Bat Cave was and how to get down there. And referring to it as Kate's office, like, go to Kate's office. There's a necklace, turn it, and go take the elevator all the way down. I'm like, okay. Reminds me of Henry Danger with their elevator, only that one tried to kill you all the time. But she got there. For 45 minutes, she got to Wayne Industries and back very quickly. I'm just putting that out there too. So she managed to get, what they needed. And, I think when they were talking, there was 15 seconds. I have to go back and look. So, because I remember they were talking, and then we let Ryan know that, her dad was on snakebite, which I'll get to in a second. And then they looked at the clock on the timer, because they were on the timer when they're, standing or sitting at this point on the bomb, which, by the way, this is a very good pressure bomb. I thought any movement would have made it go off, but they could walk back and forth the platform all day. But so she sat down and looked around, and then I thought it said 15 seconds. And then Ryan said something like, I hope she wants you to live. Yeah, because Mary said, she wants me to be happy. And then Ryan's like, I hope she wants you to live. And then she rolls in. But I thought when she came in, it said 15 seconds. So that was like a really long 15 seconds. But, for TV purposes, 1 second equals a full minute. So they had 15 minutes. So they were able to swing through the building out the window, which technically crashing that from that height onto the street like that, they should have literally been tore up like a lot more. I think Mary had like a little bruise or whatever, a little cut on her forehead, but they should have been bloody at that impact and from that height. But again, I suspend my disbelief with the Arrowverse because I can, I guess. I don't know, guys. I wanted to do a stream with Batwoman and Legends, but I'm going to have to do my Legends separately because Legends of Tomorrow aired later and didn't record on my DVR because we had a tornado warning last night. So the news was on all night. Luckily, we got Batwoman, but it did not pick up Legends. So I'm going to have to watch it later on demand and then do a separate thing on that. So just throwing it out there because I know I try and combine things now. All right. So Mary's dad, Jacob, is a mess. He's in the park shooting up a snake bite in the leg. I mean, he's doing it so hardcore now where he doesn't care if people recognize him in public doing this drug. Like he's shooting up in the park. And when Alice did that gross thing with her nail, she had managed to get a cell phone and managed to call and say, hey, daddy, trace this call. I'm kidnapped. It's Beth. Come save me. And he's like, you got the wrong number. Click. I was like, because in his mind, he's seeing little Kate and little Beth swinging on this little swing set. And so he's crazy. And sadly, he didn't have a huge role in this, but sadly, by the end of the episode, he's coded in Mary's clinic. And I keep thinking, it's a good thing that he did let her reestablish that clinic because he needed something discreet and underground. Because how does it look that the leader of the Crows is coding on snakebite, the drug that he's sworn to take off the streets? Guys, it's getting good. It is getting good. And of course, the last scene of the episode is Alice, after she talks about making the face and her being perfect, making this, the new skin mask. And then having Black Mask go upstairs and get concealer so she doesn't look like Casper, basically. And she said, so I know you're not really, Black Mask's daughter because I stepped over her body when I was breaking out of Arkham. And she's like, besides, this isn't going to be perfect. And of course, Kate, that's who she is like, that's not the deal. She's like, well, sorry. But this chick in this picture has, brown eyes and your eyes are blue. And that's when I pretty much figured out that she was about to figure out that was her sister. But I think her face is so messed up from all the burns that she didn't make out the features when she initially took off the mask, which I don't know. I still probably would recognize her if she was my twin, my fraternal twin, but that's just me unless they completely reconstructed her face. I don't know. But I want to say that they tried and failed or something like that. But she put the mask on and she looked at her eyes and she's like, you got our father's eyes, Kate. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, if Alice knows that's Kate, she's about to hit the fan very quickly. And there's one thing I will say is that when you have a secret outside of Julia, because I feel like Julia just gets the short end of the stick too. She's still in Germany, brainwashed, thinking she wants to be there. But but no, every time one of the main characters has a secret, it doesn't last long. Like for instance, with Sophie found out in episode 12 that Ryan was Batwoman because she basically was talking to Luke about wanting to be in the Batmobile. And wishing she brought the bat suit. And of course, Sophie uses that information. And then the whole episode, she's hinting towards it, it's her knowing why. Like she said, how many people have been saved by Batwoman, and they all like drink. And then, she asked Ryan, when were you saved? And she's like, last Halloween. And she's like, oh, of course. I mean, when would you be able to be saved by or how would you be able to be saved by the new Batwoman? And I'm like, yeah, that secret's coming out. So they don't ever keep the secret long. I don't know why, but if you have a secret, especially in the Arrowverse, it normally doesn't last a long time. Maybe 1-2 episodes tops, and that secret's coming out. So that is the one good thing about the Arrowverse. You're not sitting here just in suspense all the time saying, oh, freaking telling somebody, it's going to come out. But I like the way Sophie just up and said it, because like she's like, you need to trust me, Ryan, I know you're Batwoman. I'm like, that's gonna make her trust you. But that, and then her whole like Ryan's like, that's just crazy, right, Mary? And Mary's like, well, I knew Mary was gonna sing like a canary. But yeah, that the entire episode though, they really could have left Clue Master out for me and just had a whole spoiler introduction and them just solving a crime, and I still would have been cool with that, because I like the actress for Stephanie Brown. I think she is really cool, and I like her banter and her interactions with Luke. And I'm glad Luke got to do something other than be mad at Ryan and bitch to Mary about shit. So I do like that. And again, Jacob wasn't a main factor. It was sad that I felt bad for Beth, because Beth keeps feeling abandoned. And I'm saying Beth because that's the little part of her, Alice that's left. But every time she reaches out for her daddy to save her, he's like, not today, biatch. So I do feel bad about that. But again, that whole fingernail thing has messed me up. I can't handle it emotionally. I just can't handle it. So it's a thing. Outside that, yeah, great episode. Looking forward to next week. The trailer for the next week's episode is it's ominous and dark. It just somehow it looked like Ryan and Luke were in a bank and then get thrown down by these cops, and then they're in jail. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how we went from Kate to that, but I'm hoping there's more to it. But that's literally what we got. And you see Sophie crossing her arms in the jail, and someone saying, so you're saying it's my fault because we're in here? And then I don't know what that's about. So episode 14 is going to be interesting, but episode 13, probably one of the best ones this season. So I'm very excited. So let's see what you guys are talking about. And again, please let me know if you are okay with the camera. If you just joined in, I'm using my new Logitech camera. I decided to use a webcam for streams and keep my DSLR separate, so I don't keep overwhelming my sensor on my big expensive camera. So if the quality is okay, let me know. And then also let me know if my audio is okay. So if you have a chance, I appreciate it. So let me scroll up to beginning so we can see. Oh my God, this episode was hype. It was pretty on point, which is so interesting because you know what? There really weren't a lot of fight scenes. Were there any fight scenes? Not really. Just the one at the beginning where the crows showed up and Ryan was about to, threaten to break this nerves in the guy's ankle or bones in the guy's ankle or whatever. She was really putting a tracker on his foot so they can find Black Mask. And of course the crows show up and disrupt it again. And she's like, you just crap at your job, basically, because I don't know why they don't want her to find Black Mask. It's like, they're like, well, we need the credit. I don't know. It's weird. The crows really do seem to be interfering with everything at this point and stopping progress. And it's kind of annoying, especially since they technically are not real cops. They are literally security for hire. So I think that's crazy. Hey, Chestion. Yep, I love this episode too. Bat chaser. I mean, you got a better word? Like Sophie. I mean, I have another word, but it's not appropriate. So I'm trying to be good and not use that word, but you know what I'm saying. The show is getting better and I'm glad. I know. I feel like last episode, I was just in my feelings. I'm like, I don't understand why Ryan chose to just let Alice be assassinated by Kate. She didn't know it was Kate, but you know what I mean? Because I feel like when you're Batwoman or Batman or Nightwing or anybody in the Bat family, when you put the suit on, you're supposed to be under Batman's code, and you're not supposed to kill. She knows this. They have told her this, and yet she still gets in her feeling. And it's like Mary said in this episode, you don't think rationally when you're pissed. And that is literally it. When she's mad about something, she does not think rationally. And so it potentially leads to crazy stuff, like leaving Alice there to die. I understand your hatred of Alice. Again, Alice doesn't, she says she remembers the mother. She said her name. She probably does remember the mother. But to be fair, Alice didn't order her mother to be killed. Her guys did that. Her Wonderland gang that were squatting there, and they just happened to walk in and they beat them to death. And Alice came in and was like, what the hell are you doing? So she didn't tell them to kill these people. Now, I'm not saying she wouldn't have said it. I'm just saying she didn't say it. But she's still getting like 100% of the blame on that. And to the point where even though she saved Ryan's life in the last episode, because honestly, Kate was about to kill her ass. I mean, there's no other way to say it. She was choking her out. She was about to die. And Alice saved her by hitting Kate over the head. And what did Ryan do? Stand up and said, well, have fun with that bitch, and then walked away. And I had so many problems with that. And I feel like in this episode, having Mary say what she said is very valid. And I'm hoping that she takes it to heart and was like, maybe I just need to stop, calm the hell down, and use my head. Because if I don't, then I will literally screw up every time I get mad, and I will eventually die or get somebody else killed. And that's literally what almost happened to Mary. And she pointed it out because she said, end quote, you are not thinking rationally. I know what the crows did to you, but you would rather let me stand here on this platform on a bomb than let this woman help us. You crazy. So yeah, this is probably one of the best episodes of the series. I agree with that. Sophie was all up in Ryan's face this episode. I know. I was like, are you trying to make out? I don't understand. Please, no. Guys, I will cry. I will literally cry if they do this. So does she know Ryan is Batwoman or not? Of course she does. She came out and said it. I'm like, yeah. Like, I love how Ryan was like, you're really good at puzzles. How did you figure it out? And she's like, because I heard the recording of you saying, I wish I had the Batmobile. Not good at puzzles, just good at eavesdropping and listening to shit that doesn't belong to me. Sophie and Ryan being friends due to Batwoman, I am down for. Yes. Sophie and Ryan together, no down for. Sophie, too cool to be a hoe. She got legit own story. She needs to have her own story. And if they're going to keep Kate Kane around, Ryan's not even a concept. And quite frankly, I can't. Sophie looks like Ryan's older sister. I can't do it. No, they don't look alike. It's how she acts. She looks more like I could see Ryan going to Sophie saying, so, when you were my age, how'd you ask a girl out? I mean, it's not like, hey, baby, you want to go home? No, I can't do it. Can't do it. Mm-mm. Cersei Lannister, you mean? Haha, just kidding. And I know what you mean. Jermaine, if I mess up names today, you already know what's happening. You already know. They will ship Ryan with Kate. Had to get some water of truth, guys, because there's something wrong with that comment. I'm like, that's gross. I adored Stephanie. Yes, Stephanie is absolutely adorable. That's what DC. That's why DC is dark. Yeah, DC has dark moments. Thought Flash was the only ever show that can reference Marvel. Well, I think all of them. I'm pretty sure we've had a lot. Legends of Tomorrow referenced it last weekend. Something before last. Remember when Sarah was on board and said, "I'm not an Avenger, I'm a preventer." Basically saying it's stupid to be an Avenger. That was basically a shot at the Avengers, 100%. So I'm really feeling Alice more. So she's so badass. Like she pushed through torture. I can't. I can't do it. I can't even think about that scene anymore. I was in my feelings. This was a fun episode, and we know that Poison Ivy and these other characters exist in the Arrowverse. They do. And Poison Ivy also exists in Charm, but that's a whole other conversation. I was thinking the same thing. The writers at their best. They were doing some writing on this one. I mean, from beginning to end. I love when they thought that they may have been poisoned for a minute with the tequila when they were looking for a worm, and they're like, "That's not a worm." She's like, "Oh yeah, that's some kind of like moth or whatever. It's going to turn into like a moth, one of the most dangerous, creatures." And she's like, "Are we going to die?" And everyone's looking around like, singularly, they're not venomous. And I'm like, I'm like, this is Gotham. Anybody can kill you. It's so horrible. People who are desperate to see their loved ones, love removes logic. People who are desperate to see their loved ones, love removes logic. What are we talking about? I'm sorry. Carolyn said she wants to bring Stephanie back. She should. I mean, if she comes back, I would be down for her being a spoiler. I would love to see that suit in live action form. I think that would be extremely cool. Ryan, Batwoman fight scenes I picked up. This so since she got her ass handed to her by Kate, she better keep training. That was nasty. Who's training her though? That's my thing. I mean, normally you go to like a mentor and they train you. She didn't have a Ted King. Who is training her? I just want to know. Some people don't like that her hair is red, which is different. Oh, because she was blonde? I mean, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. Stephaluke, is that their ship name? I'm good with that. Ryan will get with Kate. Madness? No. No matter how many times you say this on this stream, the answer is no. Vetoed. Hell no. According to hints, I don't care if the god of Arrowverse popped up, which at this point, who knows who the hell that is anymore, and said, they will be and they shall be. I will say, no, I am rewriting the book of destiny because that is not happening. Still, Ryan is definitely a brawler like Batgirl, and Faith and Kate is more technical and trained like Buffy in the Slayerverse. True. That is true. I mean, she's a street fighter. Only problem with street fighting is sometimes you get with the wrong one and you still get your ass whooped. So we'll see. Luke and Miri remind me of Cisco and Caitlin. Yeah, I could see that. Which is it's so funny to me, guys, because when I watch Kung Fu, Althea seems like the baby of Mary and Luke to me. Just in how she acts. Like she's got all of Luke's brains in terms of technology, hacking, blah, 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 being logical. And she has all of Mary's mannerisms and the way she talks and her personality. So I think that if they were to have a kid, Althea is their baby. Tim Drake will be on Titans while Stephanie Brown is on Batwoman. That's very interesting. And they'll probably get a version of Stephanie Brown on Titans and make her Batgirl. A very charged relationship can mean many things, but it sounds sexual to be Kate and Ryan. No, I don't see any of that. I'm sorry. I really don't. I'm pretty good. I pride myself on sexual tension, and I just do not see Ryan and Kate being into each other at all. What I see happening continuously is the looks, the attitude, the little side smiles between Sophie and Ryan, and it's setting off my bat chaser alert. So just like even when Sophie's like, I turn on the bat signal, and Ryan's like, oh, so you think the Batwoman's just gonna swing on in whenever you pop that signal up? And she's like, she's done it so far. And I'm like, ha, yeah, no, no. Wait, when has Tim been on Titans? Because we have Jason right now. I'm behind the Titans. So is Tim on there or is he coming? Because I do know that I saw a picture of them at Arkham. Huh. Like a spoiler picture. Bootleg Riddler. Yeah. Well, no, and I do like that he's like, I've been on a talk show for years and I had to put up with the fact that everybody's an idiot. Tim Frame is coming season 3. Okay. Speaking of Riddler, I like Jim Carrey as Riddler. I had no problem with Jim Carrey's Riddler. I kind of felt like he might have been Riddler and pretending to be Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey will always be best Riddler. Yeah, I also loved him in The Mask, but to me, that's kind of like the Riddler on crack. So he's high off snake bite. At this point, I think everybody is high on snakebite in this series. It's pretty weird. She recognized Kate. That was a shock. Who, Alice? Alice has always wanted Kate to be evil with her, but she'll probably save her soul, ironically, and that will redeem her. I sound like a broken record. I don't really know what's going to happen. Alice she literally, like, I kid you not, is a wild card. The things you think she's going to do, she doesn't. The things she doesn't, she does. We still don't know what's going to happen with her and Ocean. We don't even know where the hell Ocean is. We don't know what's going to happen with Sophia, because I don't think Sophia is done with them yet. I mean, there's so much. There's so much. Alice is she literally could have a series all by herself on all the crap that she's done and has had done to her. Oh, sorry. Except for Barry and fake Iris, that lasted a while. Oh, you mean Mirrorverse out Iris? Yeah, I still got questions about that. Damn, Sophie, get off Ryan's case. She was legit pushing and curling her. She was, but I mean, Ryan was given too, because when Ryan came in, as soon as she said, "Why is Crofi here?" I'm like, I mean, I still love Mary's like, hold up, I can have anybody in my house that I want. Let's not forget. I let you move in. But yeah, the whole situation with Ryan and Sophie is just too, not hostile, but it's too bitchy for it not to be eventually considered sexual tension, which is irritating. I don't blame Barry for that, though. For him not knowing that wasn't his wife. I get it. Well, first of all, Barry is the slowest thinking man in the Arrowverse. So that is his true power, besides being a Care Bear. So I can't blame Barry for most things because he's a slow thinker. So there it is. That Bruce in Titans was too old and crusty to be a Bruce in the Justice League in the modern era. Right. Been in the sauce. The camera looks nice. Yay. This tiny little camera. I think it was only like $50 versus my camera that the sensor is going crazy on, which is over 1,000. So we're just going to use that camera for videos and just use this one for live streams because I can't emotionally handle it anymore. So, I'm just falling apart. It's fine. That's like a link in the in-between years of Gio and the old man Bruce that we saw in Titans. Okay. No, not that bank. It's the holdup. Wait, are you talking about in the next episode? Because I thought that if we're talking about the trailer, it looked like they were in a bank and they were getting thrown down, and probably they were like under suspicion for something. That it's going to be racially charged, I'm telling you. And then you're going to have all these people running around crying agenda and woke again. The actress looked more like Barbara than Stephanie. Yeah, she does look like, but I guess if they're trying to ramp her up instead of being Spoiler to being Batgirl, that could be a thing. But yeah, I do agree. I agree that it was. I don't have a problem with her hair because the same people that basically accepted Amy Adams with blonde hair as Lois Lane are some of the same ones that are bitching about this. So people need to get their shit together and, be fair across the board. Maybe she thinks because she's not a Wayne or a Kane that the code doesn't apply to her. Well, she needs to rethink that. She also says to Alice, you didn't do anything to stop it or punish your boys. She wasn't there, though. That's the thing. In the flashback, she opened the door and was like, what the hell are you doing? So, I mean, like I said, besides, she doesn't know what Alice does. Alice will punish her boys just for the hell of it. She would torture the hell out of them, shoot them randomly, stab them randomly to make a point when she got frustrated because she's crazy. So, yeah, it's a different level with her. Do you dislike Sophie still, or have any of these episodes made you like her character more? I don't recall ever saying that I dislike Sophie. So if I said that, please let me know what episode review that was in or stream that was in. Because I don't remember that coming out of my mouth. I think my words were, I don't like how they write her sometimes. I don't generally hate the characters. I hate the writing. And right now, I don't have a problem with Sophie, except for the fact that they're making her a bat chaser, and that's a problem. She should have her own storyline because she's gone from pining after Kate to pining after Julia, getting with Julia, being mad at Julia, grieving Kate, and now potentially running after Ryan. And I don't understand that. And the only other storyline that we have seen from her, quite frankly, if she's not being kidnapped or shot, is being upset that Jacob's mad at her or trying to come out to mommy about being a lesbian. That is literally it. So we need more, for me, character building for Sophie as a character, because right now, all they're doing is pushing her off on another damn Batwoman, and it's irritating me. So this is what it is. Alice got treated like Abby. Yep. That is, I'm going to start calling it the Abby agenda. See how people like that crap. The show's getting better. Kate getting roasted and coming back was the best thing for Ryan and Sophie and Alice. Fry that chicken at Popeye. Oh, Lord. Love that chicken from Popeyes. Okay, Ryan, I'm done with you. Wallace said she promised Kate and Ryan's relationship will continue to evolve and that it will get very charged as the season moves forward. Charge means anything, but it sounds sexual. Madness, if it gets charged between Kate and Ryan, I may have to stop watching Batwoman, because at this point, we are literally doing queer porn and I'm tired. I am not going to sit here and accept every queer character has to sleep together. This is not what the General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, or The Young and the Restless. I refuse. I absolutely refuse to play Ring Around the Lesbians. It's not happening. If it does happening, I am done with this show. And I'm saying it right now. I'm done. Clue Master, the poor man's wither. I agree with that. I like Clue Master and the Harlequin show. I love the Harlequin show in general. So yes, I agree with you. Let's see. Ryan trains from YouTube videos. Oh, so he's so Ryan studies along with how the other Ryan. Ryan and Ryan both study together. So Ryan from Crisis and Ryan Batwoman both study fighting techniques from YouTube video. That makes so much damn sense now. Thank you for that. Tim is coming. They said season 3 is the best season. Isn't that because they're moving to Gotham? I really got to get back in touch with that. Anything's possible. Tim is coming this season. Is snake bite worse than crack? Yes. Because snake bite is a hallucinogen and makes you extremely happy and not only are you happy, you literally, it's like red kryptonite to Superman. You have no inhibitions, nothing bothers you, everything's great. That's why Julia was able to just go to Berlin, because she was on the juice. Now, I don't know if that's a permanent thing. Like if once you have snake bite, you're more susceptible to being hypnotized and have your memories wiped, which I think happened to her before. So, I don't know why Enigma is not wiping Jacob's mind little by little. You would think that Black Mass would want to have that. They got him hooked on the stuff and then can just literally make him do whatever, because, he's pretty much in a fragile mental state at this point. I don't know why that's not the more nefarious plan, but whatever. They keep retconning who knows how to make snake bite. Yeah, I know. Ocean is in the Pacific Ocean. I get it. I'm done. Also in the Atlantic. Are you going to eventually finish Zoe's and do reviews eventually? I've only seen the first episode of it. So I know I say this a lot, so I'm just going to put it out there. Time for me is hard. I have shows I really want to do. I have movies I really want to do. And I just finished Jupiter's Legacy, which I need to talk about. My problem right now is not even my job right now. I have a medical condition that makes me extremely anemic. And I don't know if you've dealt with anemia before, but it is kicking my ass. It is really kicking my ass. And it's not a little low. It is severely low, to the point where I may have to have a transfusion if I don't get it up. So I'm dealing with a lot of health stuff. So I'm putting this out there because it's not that I don't want to do these things, but it takes me so long right now because I'm sick to get through shows continuously. Because when I talk, like I'm talking now, I can go on like adrenaline, whatever. When I'm watching something, I just go to fuck to sleep to the point where I think I have narcolepsy. So I literally pass out. It took me so long to get through 8 episodes of Jupiter Legacy when, quite frankly, one of the episodes wasn't even 40 minutes long. So it's not that I don't want to do it. It's just that I have to get well enough to do it. I have another channel I need to make a video for, but I was so tired this weekend I couldn't do it. And then yesterday was Mother's Day and I literally slept most of it. So, yeah, it's been a challenge. It has been a challenge. So it's not that I don't want to do Zoe's, I think it's Amazing Playlist or something like that. I did see the first episode. I'm big on shows like that. I loved Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and that to me is right on the line. So I like it. I just can't promise you that I'll get to it when it's still valid, if that makes sense. It may be one of those, it's 5 months from now, you may see it. and that's just the reality, unfortunately. Yeah, the next hold up. Yes, the next episode, it's the hold up. Okay. I want to see what that's about. I mean, more than likely it's mistaken identity and they're just black and that was a problem and the white racist cops pushed them down and took them to jail, which actually happened. So I can't say anything about it, but you know they're going to scream agenda over that. When Barry did a suspicious, Joe and the rest of the team were like, you're just stressed, Barry, go take a nap, low-key, unintentional gaslighting. I would have been like, the woman, when Iris made me pancakes, didn't she make pancakes? I've been like, no, you're not my wife. I'm like, not my wife. I don't know you. Maybe they combine Barbara and Stephanie into one person. Would not be the first time. Let's see. That's what I meant. I meant was her personality written better to you in these last bunch of episodes. In the last one, in 12, yeah, she was really job focused, trying to get to Black Mass, feeling guilty of, about what happened with Angelique. That Sophie was, I feel like, more the Sophie that we need her to be. In this episode, she was kind of more fun and flirty. So I don't really know how to answer that question. I like Sophie. I just think she's written badly. And when I say badly, I mean they write her to be the girlfriend. And in retrospect, in this episode, she was actually more of the flirty date of Ryan. That's kind of how I looked at that. Interesting name for that, Ring Around the Lesbians. I mean, it's not unfair. That's fair. Maybe it's written well, but who knows? Maybe they just meant charge as in fight scenes. They should, I think it should be charge as in being antagonistic towards each other. Because I can see like Ryan and Kate really feeling, because they would be really into their feelings if you really think about it. Because Kate, everything that happened to Kate is not Kate's fault, but she's going to lose being Batwoman. She's lost. I mean, her face is all burned. She's lost her identity because everyone thinks she's dead. Her father and everybody has pretty much moved on. I don't know if Sophie will already be with Ryan by the time they actually reveal Kate, which will be really effing weird. So she'll think Ryan took her job, took her identity, took her friends, took her sister, took her girlfriend. I can see that being charged. I mean, I can think that I'd be pretty pissed off. That would be like Iris coming back with Mirror Iris still being there. And everyone's like, well, we know you were stuck in the mirror, honey, but we like this one better. Oh, boy. That would be a mess. Let's see here. Trying to make sure I don't forget anybody. No lie. Wallace and Rachel low-key could pull off being twins. They look so much alike. When I saw how much they looked alike, I was like, why in the hell did you cast Ruby Rose to begin with? It's not that I dislike Ruby Rose, but I mean, Wallace looks so close to Rachel in real life. I don't get it. I don't get that. And I know she can fight. She used to do it in Krypton, in the series Krypton. So I don't get it. I love that Michael B. Jordan new movie, No Remorse. I saw a trailer for that. I think my spouse wants to watch that. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. Wish you good health. Hope you get better. Thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, my anemia is a side effect to autoimmune condition that I have. So As long as I can get that straight, then the anemia will go away. If not, then I got to get a nasty transfusion, which I don't want to do because nobody wants to have a bunch of iron injected into their bodies. And I get sick whenever I have a lot of iron, like at one time. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. Have you seen the TV show called Legacies? That's the original spinoff, right? I really had to think about that. Yeah, I've seen Legacies. I just realized that Batwoman only appeared in the opening of the episode and the villain wasn't taken down by the hero. He was taken down by Luke, busting the window open and dragging the daughter out of the car and leaving him there to pass out. Like, that's how you defeat people. You just leave them there to die. Since this is the CW, they do try to making Sophie and Ryan. I think it would probably be like when everyone realizes Kate is alive, Sophie and Kate get back together. Ryan is going to be jealous of Kate. Yeah. Oh, Ryan's going to be jealous of Kate, period. Because right now, Kate's not a threat to her being Batwoman. But Kate being alive and having her memories back is 100,000,000,000,000% a threat. Because Luke was involved in that, but she brought Mary in technically to the Bat team. And Ryan was never a concept. And Kate owns that building and can really do whatever the hell she wants. And she's also a Kane. And she's a cousin of Bruce. So, yeah. Yeah, that could be a problem. Ring around the lesbian sounds like a board game. Somebody makes that. I want royalties on the name. Thank you. Okay, take your time, then don't worry then. Yeah, I am trying. I have so many, like right now, I've been struggling through Crisis because Crisis is a passion project. I love doing voiceovers. Obviously, I'm a voice actor, but I love doing parody voiceover stuff. And like the editing for this is so exhausting because it's so long. And so, yeah, it's a thing. It's why my Fate and Wink saga has been taking so long to fix, because every time I render it and something's off, or maybe if it bumps the audio, because I've gotten the size down more, but if it bumps the audio like it's been doing, I get so frustrated because I'm like so tired. I'm like, I have so much to do. So, but I don't know. I'm trying to hanker down. I'm trying to take more iron gummies. We're going to see what happens, guys. I'm going to work this out some way. I can't live like this. Let's put it that way. But yeah, for most intents and purposes, I am falling apart. Yes, the Vampire Diaries and the original spinoff. Yes, I have seen that. I think I stopped watching it after season 1 when Penelope left. Maybe it was antagonistic. What's antagonistic? I'm confused. I'm sorry. Trying to make sure I did not. I felt like I skipped something. Did I? But guys, thank you for being into, like, this stream was set up fast. So thank you for being in the stream with me. Because like I literally, I opened this camera at like, it's Central Standard Time for me. So it is 5:53. I got it in the mail, came delivered at 3:30. I had River open it for me at 4-ish. I did nothing to test this thing. I was like, please freaking work. I just opened OBS because I know you can use virtual camera. And since I didn't have software for it, it is if anyone knows, it's a Logitech C920X. Not expensive, but I mean, I like the quality, so I'm okay with it. But I didn't know how it was going to act in StreamYard, because StreamYard is very particular when you use cameras in it. If you've ever used StreamYard as a live streaming service. So what I mean is whenever you open it, so the way my setup is in my studio is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 lights. These are all rotating lights. I have 5 lights. I usually have an SLR on a tripod that's running through my Elgato capture card into my computer. And I have a gaming desktop, a Lenovo Legend computer, which means the screen, the monitor is a huge like monitor, like an LCD screen. And it is like at least 6 feet from me. So having a webcam is kind of hard because the monitor is sitting on top of this like mount, and it's up here. So if you see me looking up here, it's because the monitor's up here. The reason I'm telling you this is because my SLR is here. So like, it's not unnatural for me to just look up a little bit and it doesn't feel unnatural. Where this camera is this big. So when you put it into StreamYard, you see this entire room, like not just me and my background. I'm talking the entire room because it's widescreen. And even if you zoom in, the zoom settings don't save in StreamYard because there aren't any camera preferences in StreamYard. So I had to open an OBS, do all my camera adjustment there, then use a virtual camera in StreamYard. And I didn't know if it was going to work. So I was very happy when I started this stream and everybody could see me. So I was like, yes, like one less stress. But the cool thing is now is that I can always use this one. I never have to move it because with this camera, I always have to move it around when I'm done. I don't have to ever move this camera. It's on a tiny little tripod and sitting right here, right in front of this big monitor above it, but I never have to move it. It's in the perfect place to stream through OBS to StreamYard. So I am happy about that. So as long as the audio is good, because I'm using a separate audio, we should have no more problems with the camera shutting off because it is a webcam and it's made to do that. Not like my SLR, which has done a great job for 2 years almost for doing this, but a Canon 80D DSLR is not meant to be a live streaming camera. But I will still use it for videos because it is a gorgeous camera. So I just had to say that. So I just gave you a whole tech breakdown, guys. She knows what it is. She isn't caught up. Yeah, I'm not caught up at all. I'm sorry. Like that was probably, I want to say when that came out, I was still like really, really into like When on Earth and a bunch of other shows. So I was always watching other shows and I just kind of got thrown off. And there was just so many shows on simultaneously. But again, I like the originals. And I did like the first season. I haven't caught up with the rest of the seasons of that show. I'm sorry. I think the new Kate and Sophie will get back together when Sophie finds out. It'll be a build-up leading to that. I would love that. I think it'd be cool to have like the whole romantic slow burn thing. I need them to do something else with Kate Kane. Make her something else. Make her a different hero or do the Bruce Wayne thing. Talk Ryan, be the mentor that Ryan's been writing to in the diary that she didn't know about. I don't know. Something like that. I was not recommending shows that until you have the help to watch them down the line. You can still do it. Just when you ask me when I'm going to be able to review it, I don't want to give you like false hope and say, okay, I'm going to do this because I know I may not be able to. There are some things that I can get to. Like I'm going to try really hard to do this Jupiter Legacy video tonight so it can be up. And I try really hard to stick to our Arrowverse Tuesday schedules, our Charm schedules. Because I do all that, there are times when I'm in that stream and I feel like absolute shit. I'm not gonna lie to you, but because you guys have always been there since I started the channel, I don't want to be that person that's like, I'm too sick to do this. Cause once that starts, it will always continue. So as long as I'm able to like feed off your energy in here, I'm usually pretty good because I can keep talking, I can keep going, and it's hard. It's just hard when I have to sit still and read, or if I have to sit still and watch something, I will go to sleep. I'm not even joking. I will pass out. I need to fix that, and I am aware of it. I'm working hard, I promise. Ryan looks up to Kate. I don't think she would be jealous. I think they'll be good friends. I think eventually they would. There has to be a little bit of jealousy because, you're human. Of course, it may be more on Kate's side. Kate may be the one that's jealous because, again, she lost everything and she didn't ask for any of that, So, yeah, I think that could definitely be more of a Kate thing when she gets her memory back. She would probably fangirl or something. I think Ryan would definitely fangirl because technically, Kate saved her 2 Halloweens before, so it makes sense. I do need to get an editor. Yeah, I do need to get an editor. That's something I am talking about. Because I also have a podcast that's starting with a Quarter Life Jam on a different channel, which I think the link's in this description. We haven't filmed our promo yet. But I'm hoping that this new vitamin iron regimen my doctor has me trying is going to help. then this will be a thing of the past, because it's hard. Like, you have to film a lot to have an editor, and sometimes I'm too tired to film videos. So that's another problem. Ryan and Kate, maybe it's antagonistic. You're probably right. I'm behind on the stream. I think, it could go any way. I think Kate's going to be, I can't see her not being jealous, to be fair. Anybody would be jealous if they feel they were wronged. She would be mad and hurt and betrayed that her family just replaced her. I could see that happening. Eventually she'll come around, because that's what happens. But I do think initially she's going to feel that way. Cobra Kai. I thought the first season of Cobra Kai, I liked it. If Kate wants to be mad at anyone, be mad at Ruby for leaving. Be mad at your character or at the actor. Well, and what's so funny is, which I still think is funny, because every time I watch Legends of Tomorrow, I'm like, I freaking love Sarah and Ava so much. I love Sarah and Ava so much. And then when Sarah's actress, Katie Elliott, goes home, she goes home to Ruby Rose because they're dating. It's like, That's funny. Maybe you could catch up to Legacies in the very far future. Who knows? Yeah, if they put it on a streaming service, then I should be able to. Like, I need to watch Legends of Tomorrow. But what I'll do is I'll have Legends included in the stream. So tomorrow's stream is going to be, well, I'll either do it this way. I think I'll either have a stream for Legends early in the afternoon tomorrow, and then have our Tuesday night Arrowverse, because we have Black Lightning, we're going to have The Flash, and we should have Supergirl. So that should be 3 shows instead of me having Legends with that. That'll be a long stream, a long recap. So might do Legends separately and then have The Flash, Supergirl, and Black Lightning, or I'll have Legends and Black Lightning and then have The Flash and Supergirl at night. Because technically all day is Arrowverse Tuesday. So I don't know. We'll see. Also, I wouldn't mind if there were multiple Batwomen. There are multiple Robins and Batgirls. Yeah, the Bat family has multiple members. I agree with that. But I think, I don't know. I don't know where their mindset is for Kate Kane. I just don't want them to get rid of her because it's stupid. So I want her to be around, like a figure around, because it's not fair. It'll be really stupid if she's like, I'm just going to go back to Tibet. I'm going to meet up with Wally and we're going to meditate together, because that's where Wally is. Wally's never coming back from Tibet. So yeah, it's just going to be a thing. It is going to be a thing. Superman and Lois, May 18th. Yes. So tomorrow should be, I don't know if tomorrow's the premiere of debut of Kelly as Guardian, the new Guardian. I saw a picture of her, but I don't know if that's going to be in tomorrow's episode of Supergirl or not, because more than likely, if it is, it'll be at the tail end, and then we'll get nothing for a couple of weeks, because they'll be on break. But we'll see. But yeah, tomorrow should be The Flash and should be Supergirl. And then tonight is Black Lightning, but I still have to watch Legends. So I might combine Legends and Black Lightning and then combine The Flash and Supergirl. And that way Tuesday will still technically be like the old day Arrowverse Tuesday. I'm trying. But if I just end up doing a Legends stream, then Black Lightning will be pushed to the evening Arrowverse Tuesday stream, because we do have those every Tuesday night. So that should help. Trying to think if we left anything out at all. To keep thinking about the fact that we have spoiler. Which makes me wonder, are we going to get Cassandra Cain? Because there's been she worked a lot with Lady Shiva's daughter. Yes, I said Lady Shiva, Ray. And I would like them to introduce Cassandra Cain into the universe. Although I'm so scared of how they would do it, because she's orphaned, and I don't know if they would cast Orphan, as a side character to Ryan's Batwoman or something like that, like a support. I mean, it would be cool to have more Bat members. I really want Alfred to come back, even if it's to visit, to say, just to tell Luke, oh, you're doing great. Because Luke has a relationship, obviously, with Alfred. He was raised around Alfred because of his dad. So, I don't know. I think it'd be cool. It would be really cool to see Alfred visit. But if they had Cassandra Cain, then we'd see the colony. So the colony would probably be involved somehow if we had Cassandra Cain. I don't know. I do know that Selena Kyle was one of the ones that also trained her in fighting, if I remember, as a Catwoman. But I have to go back and look. It has been a minute. But I do know that Barbara and Selena were the two trainers for Stephanie when she wanted to learn how to fight. I don't know if we're ever going to get reference of that when she becomes Spoiler, because we don't even know where the heck Selena Kyle is. We don't know where she is. We don't know where Barbara Gordon is. It's almost like they all abandoned Gotham. Like they were like, we're done. Gotham's done. We're out. Or if not, make Kate the mentor that Ryan admires to be like, and Kate could be the one to bring in new members of the Bat family. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. She could be the recruiter for the Bat family. Wait, Kate and Ruby are dating? That's wild. I didn't know that. Yep. They post about each other all over Instagram, and on Sarah's on Katie's birthday, her 34th birthday, Ruby walked into the bedroom and she was sleeping in their bed, saying happy birthday to one of the best people I've ever met. I mean, there's no reason for you to be sleeping in a bed with somebody, in your house unless you're dating them. So yeah, they're together. I don't know if you heard of this show called Orphan Black. Yes, I loved Orphan Black. I love that show. I also loved Killjoys. And the music from Killjoys on Sci-Fi was the same composer as all the music that was done in Orphan Black. So very cool connection. But yeah, that was a great show. Okay. I think Legacy is on Netflix. Okay. That's good. I know there are a lot of shows. I'm even behind on my note. I've been so tired. I finally got through so I have 2 episodes left before the series is completely done. So I'm almost to the end of that series. They need to move to the Batcave under Wave Man. I know it's driving a lot of people. It's just driving people crazy. Yes, it is. Okay. Hashtag free Jordan. Hashtag free Abigail. Yes, you will know I will be in my feelings on Friday night if we get no reference hardly at all to Abigail and we get a little bit of Jordan. We'll probably see Jordan, but we probably won't see anybody else, to be fair. And that's because they really don't care if Abby gets out of the magical prison. That's just how I feel. They just don't care at all. So we'll see. We will see. My favorite clones are Helena, Allison, and MK. What are yours? Good question. I like Allison. So, can we do clones in general? What is the clone of Mariel? Mariel? Is that her name? Mariel? I like Mariel. If we're talking about clones, I like Mariel. And then I also like, I need to save this for Jupiter's Legacy. There's a girl who I think is a clone of Lady Shiva in that. I don't know if you guys have seen that show, but if I could just say clones in general, Jermaine, there is literally a character that when I watch this character, even though she probably was on it the entire series for maybe a total of 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. She is so she's your age and she's not full Japanese, but she is literally who I would have chosen to be Lady Shiva, because she has the essence of Lady Shiva, even though she's not Lady Shiva. And I will talk about that character in the Jupiter's Legacy, but I feel like even though she's not a clone, to me, she's a clone. That's probably weird, but I looked at her and I'm like, wow. Because if you look at Jupiter Legacies, it's just like looking at Jupiter's Legacy is just like watching the Invincibles and the Boys. Every team that mimics our core Avengers and Justice League. There's always elements or X-Men or something thrown in. So for me, this character, and there's one scene you can't not see Lady Shiva doing all of the stuff that she's doing. And I'm just like, she's badass. So yeah, I have to say that for my spoiler review for Jupiter Legacy, just in case people haven't seen it. But yeah, I could see her as a clone. I'm behind on Winona too. Haven't watched since the premiere. Mostly I'm lazy and I don't want it to end. So I'm trying to preserve it by not watching. I know. I'm upset. Let's see. I know who you're talking about. Is it Kira or the other one? Is that her real name? Because I thought her name was Reiko. Reiko? I'm not technically spoiling anything. This is just a character. Hold on. I know I'm saying that right. I never read the comic for Jupiter Legacy. So I had to go back and do a little research because I was like, huh. Because, I mean, it's just like a mock to me. Yeah, it's Reiko. It is Reiko. I effing love that character. I can't say anything because right now it'll spoil something if I say something. But she is literally the Lady Shiva that we needed in Birds of Prey and all these other, like Birds of Prey TV show and every other cameo she's done. I could have seen her as Lady Shiva. Also, who would play Alfred? Would it be the guy on the show, Pennyworth? Oh, that would be cool, actually. I could see him as Alfred. It depends. We know that Alfred is going to be white because of Julia. Because normally they race bend characters. But what? I think of a good Alfred. What's his name? He's British too, so he would work. Who is he? Because I know Michael Caine would not be reprising or playing that, but what is his name? Who can I see? So I know some people want Andy Serkis from the Batman movie that's coming up with Robert Pattinson. I don't know about that. I mean, it's gonna be weird. I don't know about that. The jury's still out though, because I did enjoy the Batman trailer, so I mean it looks cool, but I don't know about him in particular. I'm trying to think of his name and I'm not finding him. You know who it would be so like left field for this character, but if you watch Doctor Who and Graham, for some reason I could see him being Alfred and being a very smart ass Alfred. Let me see if I can find a picture of Graham from Doctor Who. Because I just think he would be a really good Alfred. Just how he talks would be hilarious. There he is. Okay. And he's an older gentleman, but I like him. He's apparently Graham O'Brien is his name, and he's a very good actor. All right, so let me see if I can share screen. And then you can see, there it is. All right. That is him right there. And I'll try and make it bigger. Sometimes I'm using a virtual camera, so sometimes it's a little pain in the butt. But all right. So this guy right here, I think he would be a really good Alfred. I like how he was in Jodie Whittaker's take of Doctor Who, like her companions. I really liked him. And I think that, and his hair is a little grayer now. He dyes his hair, but it's a lot grayer from when I saw the more recent pictures. He's left the Doctor Who show already. But I feel like he would be a really good Alfred on the Arrowverse, which it would be kind of cool too. Because Arthur Curry is not Arthur Curry. I'm losing my mind, guys. Losing it. Doctor Who. So Rory's actor. What is his name in real life? Oh, that's not his name. So I'm dropping some Arrowverse knowledge that you probably already have, but Arthur Darville is his name. And if you know anything about Arthur Darville, he's been in a lot of things, and I mean a lot. And one of the shows that he was in Legends of Tomorrow. As a matter of fact, he was the founding member of Legends of Tomorrow. And he actually started doing that. I want to say he started being on Legends of Tomorrow right after Doctor Who, because I want to say they left Doctor Who in when did he leave? 2012? 2011? He was married to Amy Pond. And he played Rory. And so right after that, he got cast in Legends. And so I think because he was Rip Hunter in Legends. So I think he would be very, bringing Graham over would be very nostalgic, because it seems like they're always pulling Doctor Who actors. Like even Laurel's mother, who's supposed to be Dinah, was River Lake from Doctor Who. So there's a lot of Doctor Who connections for some reason between the Arrowverse. And John Barrowman basically was from Doctor Who. He played Captain Jack. So and they just had a lot of connections with Doctor Who and the Arrowverse. So yeah. Is that why they gave Rip's actor the Doctor Who trench coat as a homo? I think so, as a homage to it. Yeah. I mean, I even think there was an episode where he wore the trench coat and either pretending to be the Doctor or something. It was something weird like that. But yeah, because it seemed like they did that a lot. Like they took qualities of some of their characters when they would bring them over, except for Laurel's mother, Dinah, because again, she was River. And she played River in the Doctor Who version, starting with David Tennant and I think ending with Matt Smith. I don't think she was in the future Doctors, but yeah, she was in it for a while. Because I remember her, she premiered back in the library episode with Donna Noble. So yeah, a lot of Doctor Who references, a lot of Doctor Who, actors are in the Arrowverse. So I could totally see 100% Graham being Alfred. And he would be awesome. If you ever look up Graham in Doctor Who scenes, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I could see him as Doctor Who. And as Alfred from Doctor Who. Have that connection with the Arrowverse. So I had to think about that. You guys like to give me stuff to think about when I'm tired. I'm like, why would you do this to me? Charles Shaughnessy would be a great elf. Okay, I could see that. I could see Charles. If you have Instagram, I might DM on Orphan Black. Well, I have an Instagram in the description of this video. There's one for the Approach the Nerd, and there's my personal one. Selena Gomez is my fan casting for Zatanna show for Power Princess. If she was in the MCU, she looks just like Bo. She does look. Selena Gomez looks very close to Zatanna in some. I don't know. It depends on the age though, because she still looks pretty young. So I don't know if they're going to go older or not. But then again, it is the MCU, and they went young for America, so you never know. Let's say MCU. Lord Zatanna's DC. I told you. Anemia, guys. Well, technically, though, since the DC universe is not connected at all, they could do a complete Zatanna TV series. But I would like to have Zatanna do like a guest appearance with Constantine, since they, were into each other in the comics. I could actually see them having some pretty good banter in Legends, but I really don't think that they would do that at all. Honestly. I don't know why. I wish maybe there's a reason they can't bring Zatanna over, because she was in Smallville. So I didn't think that her particular role, not saying she's not a cool character. It doesn't seem like Zatanna is somebody that's like everyone's really trying hard to get into anything. So I don't know. Guys. Sorry, trying to make sure I don't. Oh, so you know who Charles Shaughnessy is? That's cool. Yes, I used to watch The Nanny, so I know who Charles is. Zatanna is already getting a TV series on HBO Max. It's confirmed. That's why I fan casted. Oh, really? Cool. I need to actually. Yeah, that's the other thing. I need to get caught up with the news because I've been behind on a lot of the news lately. But I'm here for Selena Gomez and Zatanna. I mean, like I said, I'm like, have they officially like announced casting yet, or are they in the process of casting? Because I know that even when The Last of Us was being cast, a lot of people had some people in mind. Like a lot of people wanted Elliot Page, but I guess they don't want Elliot Page anymore. When Elliot was still Ellen Page, to be in that role because of the image. You know how they used her image initially, which I guess technically is his image now. But then they cast another girl, and something happened. Then they cast her again. So it's like Ellie's been recast a lot, for that show. So I wasn't sure if they were in the development stage or if they already cast yet. A lot of good Marvel comic movies are hitting this summer. They are. Some of the TV shows I'm more excited about. Yes, I want to see Doctor Strange too, but I am really excited about Hawkeye. I don't know why. I really am. I'm trying to make myself be really excited about Loki. I'm going to review it. Loki is not a bad character. I just don't know what to think about his TV series. So we'll see. But I am really, really excited about a lot of the shows that we're getting. But for some reason, Hawkeye is really high up on my list. I'm really excited for Secret Invasion, but that's only because I think the Illuminati is coming. And if Illuminati does not come and we don't see the Atlas Foundation, I probably will be very upset. But whatever. I also read some online that they were talking about making Arrowverse movies, that they wanted to bring in more Bat family characters. So I wonder if that's why they brought in Stephanie. I would not be opposed to it as long as it wasn't like Crisis. Angelina Jolie will be in a good movie also this summer. She's in the Eternals, I'm pretty sure. She's also in a movie where is that her? Where she's a firefighter and she's saving this boy in the middle of the woods or something. Falcon and Winter Soldier. I like Falcon and Winter Soldier. There's a big debate on the bromance between Bucky and Sam, because how they were writing. A lot of people are calling it queer baiting. Like, on one hand, I can see it. On the other hand, it's like, I just feel like they bantered to the point where they're BFFs. But yeah, they did go to couples therapy. So what do I know? And take another couple of questions and statements. Okay, no cast yet. Make sure. Got me really thinking about Alfred and now having Graham as Alfred. I don't know why. Just like, can you actually see that in the Arrowverse? I could see Graham, especially since, which is so weird. He's really good at, the actor is really good at acting with younger actors. Because ironically, Ryan was his grandson through marriage, and he was Nigerian British. And of course, Graham is not Black at all. He's just, English. And so he was, Graham technically, I think, is Scottish, but he had an English accent. But he took on the grandson motivational speaker type role. And I could absolutely seeing him do that with Luke. I really could. I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be really cool. Warner Brothers confirmed that Zatanna and Batgirl projects are in the works at HBO Max during AT&T's Investor Day. Oh, okay. Well, then, I am okay with that. Groot and Rocket, that'll be a funny spinoff. That would be hilarious. I would like to have the Guardians as a TV series. I think that would be funny. It would be just like Firefly, only crazier. After a turbulent time getting DC Universe off the ground and subsequently shifting all the live action shows over to both the CW and HBO Max, it seems like Warner Brothers finally has a solid plan. Hopefully they have a good showrunner and producer like Kevin to bring everything together, or it won't matter. moving forward its future life action away from the vaccines, but as revealed in the recent 18 investigative studios working on solo projects for both Satana and Batgirl. So are they still doing Green Lantern? I need to look into that because I thought they were doing a Green Lantern series too. I just wish they were all connected in the same universe. Just would make more sense. All right. Okay, so I think I got everybody's questions, which is good because I'm tired. And now I have to go make salmon or something because that is iron enriched and infused. And I feel like I'm going to sleep. So I'm going to do that. And hopefully I can get enough energy going so I can make my Jupiter Legacy video because I really want to make that a review. It doesn't have to be long, but I want to do a spoiler review for Jupiter's Legacy. But yeah. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys. We will have our next probably 2 streams tomorrow. If we have them tomorrow, which we should. And we definitely will have the one tomorrow night unless we have a storm and it knocks all our power out, which could happen because I live in Tennessee and it's storm season. But we should have our after, I call it the Arrowverse Tuesday after party. And then we will have our Legends of Tomorrow video as well. So yes, we will definitely do that. And hopefully if I can get this editing done, which I'm trying, I will be able to fix both the Fate video and have Crisis out this week. I am working, guys, very hard. So pray for me that these iron pills help me because I'm falling apart. I love you guys. Have a very good night. And if you have any other questions, concerns, and comments below, please leave them in the comments because, I love when we guys talk to each other and I like answering questions when I can. And also make sure to like and subscribe. I know Miss Chastian said it already. I had not spotlighted it, but, if you put your thumb up, then people know we're here. So it helps. And you said one more comment. One more comment. Finn Whalen cast this guy gone on HBO Max Green Lantern series. That's actually really cool. Didn't realize we were getting a guy, but that's very cool. All right. Good night, guys. It's dinner and sleepy time. Bye.